So the customer says it runs fine. It won't go. You know, I always talk about careful visual inspection. You've been here before. Here's what he gave me. Check that out. All melted. So instantly we know what that is. Well, you might not. You might be new to this. If you look down in here, look, there's a belt right there that's all chewed up. And what happens right down here, that's where your tensioner arm and tensioner pulley are. So what this melted piece is, it's off that pulley. Most time what happens, this bearing will seize up. And when it does, buddy, it just melts the pulley. We're going to use a couple rotary parts here. This is a 14259 pulley, and we're going to put him a new belt on, 12400. Ooh, look, there's our logo. Welcome back to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone, and this is your Get to the Point channel. Always safety first, folks. Get some jack stands, get some car ramps, get something. All I want you to do is be safe. Let's get this thing fixed. Now we need to get this deck cover off. Remove this belt, grab it right here on the back side, and this is called grip it and rip it. That's it. Hey, y'all can't see nothing up there. Come on down here. Come on. So now we just need to get our belt off of our PTO. Slide your finger right there. Slide it down. Let's get it right there out of the way. Now, if you look right up under here, there is that melted pulley. I mean, it's frozen. We're going to fix that. Now, the next two things we got to deal with. There's your PTO wire. You see our belt, and there's the pulley that the belt goes on. And then we've got this bracket, and that keeps your PTO from spinning. So this bracket is in the way, and this wire is in the way. Now I understand everybody doesn't have an impact wrench. You can pull this clutch off with that bolt right there. Probably have to remove this crossbar by removing that bolt, and the one on the other side, this crossbar will come out of your way and that clutch will slide down. But since everybody doesn't have an impact to remove this clutch, we're just going to remove the bracket right here, although you can't see because something's leaking oil. But there's just a couple of bolts hold that bracket on, and we'll disconnect that wire. So if you trace that wire up to the top, you'll see it right there, and unplug it. Now back under the machine, just going to pull our wire out of the way. And what you want to pay attention to is where this bracket goes into the clutch, because it has got to go back in that exact same spot. Now there is a zip tie on this one holding the wire, so you really can't move it too far. And all we've got to do is remove these two nuts right here. That was tight. So now let's just get these out of the way. What this is going to do is allow that belt to slide down around. See, just falls off right there. It'll allow that belt to slide around over. Now, again, you're looking for this tab is going to go in here. And this will move all over the place, but it's okay. Next, let's grab our belt. Pull it down here. Pull this over and through. Now, don't worry about the routing. I'm going to show you a diagram that's going to make this so easy. You're going to say, oh my goodness. Now, let's just get this on up under here. And right behind. So you got to turn the clutch a little bit. I did go ahead and pull the tires off. That's simply so I can get the camera in here and show you guys exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so if you look, you're going to see the fan there, and then right on top is the pulley. And what we're going to have to do is just work this belt right over top of that pulley and pull it out. There it is. Now, what we'll probably do so you can see better, I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out, just take this whole arm off right quick. I've got my extension of the socket right down on that nut, and I'm going to reach up under here with the wrench and hold the other end and buzz that bad boy off. All right, let's see if I can get my hand up under here. Find the bolt, hit the trigger. That's off. Now, then you got to take this out. Try and get it out this way. What you're looking at, you want to make sure you just don't lose any pieces, because see, this will come apart, okay? Now what we want to do is also clean this up and lube it and make sure that goes back just like that. So let's go get this old, dang, that's a wore out pulley. All right, so right off the bat, let's spin this around. Will that reach? Nope, it won't reach. That's okay. We'll buzz this apart. Remember where your washers go now, guys, and remember the direction this pulley goes. Is it the same? No, it's not. See, this side has a spacer, this side is flat. So just be careful when you take it apart and pay attention. Hook your camera up. See the spacer right there? That's just like right here. So slide that out. Slide this one in. Be sure your washer is up there. So we're just going to slide this back on. Slide our dirty washer up there. Is that clean? Absolutely. This thing has got a serious oil leak somewhere. Guess we're going to have to fig wire that out, huh? That's for a different video, though. Wham! That's tight. Now just put this back on. All you got to worry about here, this is a nylock nut. Just get it where a little bit of threads is sticking out the top. It'll be just fine. So you got a little bit of threads. All this is doing is holding your spring on. Now, this we need to get cleaned up a little bit. It's actually not bad at all. Just all that mess from that oil leak, I guess. Or bolt, you can see the oil on that. We've got to figure out what's leaking. So what we're going to do, let's get a little grease. So just get some grease on my finger. Remember, if you ain't getting dirty, you ain't working. Well, grease ain't never hurt nobody. About that. Let's go get it back on the machine. All right, let's see if we can get this bad boy fished back up under here. It's a little easier when you got a helper, you know, and you can slip it up under there. But my helper, Mrs. T, is holding the camera right now. That's started. Then we get our wrench. And tightening that back up. Now when you've got this in there and tight, make sure that this moves freely, okay? Now let's go under and talk about getting that belt on. Okay, you're going to be working from the back side back here. This is the back of the machine. This is the front of the machine. Your two hydro pumps, your idler pulley and engine pulley. take a screenshot, pause the video, take a screenshot. All you're doing, the V part of the pulley of the belt goes into the engine pulley and the two pumps. The flat side is going to go like that. Okay, so your engine, pump, idler. And I'm going to use this old idler here. You see that it's flat and that rides on the back side. All right, you can do this how you want to, whatever order. And we'll slide the belt right there. Then we want to grab our wire and our bracket, drop it through the hole. Work your belt up around this clutch, all the way up to your pulley. Now let's go work on the pumps. Now from the underside, I hope you guys can see. Just work this up over this pulley. And then this side is going to come back and go around your idler. I'll show you this in just a second. Okay. I'm going to start pushing this around this other pulley. There we go. Nice and easy. Now, this is why I showed that diagram. See, I just pushed the back side of that pulley up on here and pull it right there. See that belt tightening up? Now let's go put our spring on. Most time for a spring puller, I'll use a welding rod. Sometimes you can use vice grips, coat hanger, whatever you got. So let's get this hooked on this spring. I'm gonna grab it on the side here, so hopefully we got enough room to get that nut through the hole. I'm gonna reach under here. Now, watch your fingers doing this, because it can come off. Just that easy. All right, one last thing. Get your flashlight, get under this machine, make sure that that belt is on every pulley, just like it's supposed to be. Look back at that diagram. Just back the video up a little bit and take a look. Make sure it's right. All right, so now let's get our bracket. Shine. The light shining in my eyeballs. Get our bracket back up here. And get our bolts back in. Drop your nut. Be sure you drop it down in the grass and stuff where you can't ever find it again. That's always fun. Make sure this bracket is up in that clutch where it's supposed to be. I'm going to see if I can get my hands in the way where y'all can't see nothing. Now just tighten these up. And then we're going to feed our wire back up through the chassis. Now, since you're under here and looking right at it, let's go ahead and slip that belt right back on that clutch. Now you feed your wire back up through here. See if we can get her plugged back in. Be sure those little locks snap back in there, right? Now double check and look under here at all your pulleys and make sure the belt is still there. Now you remember when we took it off, what we did was grip it and rip it. We're going to do almost the same thing, except grab it, watch your fingers. It's called walking the belt. It walked right back on. Now let's get our cover back on. Now you don't have to pull this cover off. You can do the same grip it and rip it thing right back there at the clutch, and that's fine. It's just a little tight for your hands to get in there. Sometimes this is just a little easier. You're already laying on your back in the grass probably, and you're aggravated because your mower won't move. Well, let's get some tires back on it, and we can go see if it'll run driving. Could. NASCAR. Well, it's time to see if it's going to drive. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. This is your Get to the Point channel. Y'all, please click that subscribe button. Maybe leave us a thumbs up. Put some comments down below. Y'all don't forget to go check out T-Bone After Hours YouTube channel. You got to check us out what we're doing when we're not doing this. We'll see you next time. Let's see if it's going to work. If it'll run.